Okay, the About section is 155 characters in length, so you don't have a lot of room here, and you have to make use of that room. And you might want to include a URL, so your website address, or maybe you have an opt-in form somewhere, then you want to include the URL here. And to make it clickable, you have to make sure that you include the HTTP as a prefix to your www. Okay, so make sure that you include the HTTP in the beginning, and that will make the actual URL clickable. And if the URL is too long, so if you have a very long website address and then you are trying to direct somebody directly to a page, well, since you only have 155 characters, then you'll want to shorten that down. And you can use a lot of different link shortening services, and one of those is Bitly. Okay, so you can just go to bitly.com or bit.ly, and it will redirect there, and you can use their service, and then you can even customize the back end of it. So it would be bitly.com/your product, for example, and they also track how many clicks you get on that. Okay, it should describe your company in this section and what you do. And again, it is kind of like Twitter, where you have a very small area to work with, few characters, so make it stand out and make it represent your company and or your products or service, and it should describe what it is exactly that your company does. So here's a little example of what the box looks like. So this is Old Spices, and they are in the health and beauty category, and you would choose that when you create your page. And it says, Old Spice has 74 years of experience helping guys improve their man smells with deodorant, body wash, antiperspirant, and fragrances. So this is basically saying, we know man smells, and we know how to get rid of man smells. For 74 years we've been doing this. So the entire box itself is automatically clickable and linked back to your information page. Okay? But if you put a URL at the beginning, then that separately will go to whatever the URL is. So the URL inside the About box is clickable, and then the entire About box is clickable. Okay, this is your new app display, and this appears to the bottom right of your cover image. So this has taken the place of the links and the tabs that they used to be on the left-hand side underneath your profile pic in the old pages, and these are now thumbnails. So there are only 4 that get displayed here, and if you want more, then the user has to click this little arrow, and a drop-down box will appear, and they can choose. So what this means is that it's only these 4 that are very visible to your fans. And as we'll see in a second, the first one, photos, cannot be changed. So that means that really you only have 3. And this one shows likes, but it is not important to put likes there because you can see it elsewhere on the page, and it takes up some of the prime real estate right there. So I would suggest that you do not use likes here, that you have some other custom apps which you are able to change and customize this thumbnail. So it's 111 by 74 pixels, and you can put in an image of your choice here to make it a lot more enticing to your customers. So choose thumbnails that encourage the user to click on it. Okay, you want them to take some action, and many people are not going to click that little arrow. So if you want to change these, you can click the arrow, and then there will be a little pencil icon at the top right of the little thumbnails of the app display, and you can swap back and forth to choose which 3 appear in this location beside photos. Your highlight feed, it's in the center of the page, and it allows users to choose how they want to interact with your page. So they can see just highlights, and highlights is something that Facebook has deemed to be the most important. Okay, so basically whatever Facebook has thought to be the most relevant to your fans, that will show up first. And otherwise, you can choose post by page, which means that all you will see is what the page itself or the admins have posted on the page. And then you have posts by others. So this will allow users to see what other fans are saying about the pages and filter out what the actual page is saying. Okay, so this lets users see just what other people are saying about the brand. So you have to be very careful to always edit your posts and take care of any negative feedback that might be showing up on your page, because users now have the ability to dig fairly deeply into your page and basically see everything that somebody is posting. So this is your timeline navigation, and this allows users to click all the way through each of the different years to see what kind of activity has happened, not just on your page, but with your company. So as long as you have put something, attached a date to a specific post or a photograph, then it will create a new timeline entry, and then users are allowed to navigate through your page by way of these dates. So this allows users to dig a lot deeper into your page, so you want to make sure that you don't have anything that is negative in there. Okay, you want to go through each date, and then you as the page owner, acting as a user, you want to ask yourself, at every step of the way, at every little click that I make, does this represent my company? The way that I'm seeing this page, my page right now, does this represent my company the way that I want it to? And if it doesn't, then you want to edit that and make sure that every date and every way that a customer or a user can interact with your page is representing your company the way that you want them to see it. Okay, at the end of every month in the timeline, there is a statistic box, and this box has different statistics, which include things like how many people like your page, how many likes the page has liked. So you acting as your page, if you have liked, in this example, 16 different pages, other pages, then it will say plus 16 here. And then it also tells you who is talking about your page. And people talking about your page is the people that are engaging somehow with your page. Okay, and this can be by sharing, by commenting, by liking. Okay, so anybody that is engaging with your page. Your activity feed is actually your new wall. Okay, so they don't say wall anymore, it's just called an activity feed. And as we've mentioned before, Facebook has an algorithm called EdgeRank, and it's EdgeRank that decides what is to be displayed when you choose the default highlights. So when highlights is chosen, then Facebook is automatically choosing which stories are going to appear to the users there. You can edit or change any of this by clicking the little pencil icon that is at the top of the right of all the posts, and this allows you to do a lot of different things with those posts, including hiding the post from the feed. You're also able to disable posting if certain fans start getting a little ornery and maybe a negative on your page. Then you can disable the ability for that fan to post on your page. So you can do that for individual fans if anybody starts spamming you.